Chapter 3888, Swoosh Swoosh Swoosh. Wang Xian and Lan Qingyue split up. Wang Xian flew in one direction according to the information he received. His speed was very fast and the distance between him and the other team was also not very far. After searching the surroundings for 2 days, Wang Xian sensed the aura of the power of faith. This caused the corners of his mouth to curl up slightly, and a smile appeared on his face. After flying for a few minutes, a team of over 200 people appeared in his sight. Swoosh swoosh. He increased his speed and came to the front of the team in an instant. Ha! Oh no, it's the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace. We're doomed. When Wang Xian appeared in front of them, they immediately revealed looks of horror and despair. Eeh! Wang Xian chuckled and flew over. A wave of energy shrouded them all. Other than a few gods, he killed the rest. I got some more information. Not bad. Wang Xian obtained 2 pieces of information from the memories of the few gods. These 2 pieces of information were the direction of the other 2 teams. Although the army of the Dragon Palace had split up, they were still familiar with each other as they were from the same palace. Moreover, they had just separated not long ago. Therefore they knew the general direction. Wang Xian moved his body and chased after the 2 directions in his mind. 5 days later, Wang Xian appeared beside a small team again. He went straight over and killed them. 7 days later he found the 4th team. In just a few months, Wang Xian had annihilated 4 small teams and 50 to 60 deities. Among them there were 3 rank 7 gods. This was a good harvest. At this time Wang Xian received a message from Lan Qingyue. Lan Qingyue had found a team of tens of thousands of Faith Universe Army members. When Wang Xian received the news, he flew over immediately. It was a team of tens of thousands of Faith Universe Army members. It would be a piece of cake for Lan Qingyue to wipe them out. However, Lan Qingyue did not have the soul assimilating power. She was purely relying on luck to find them. Clearly she was very lucky. She found a team of tens of thousands of Faith Universe Army members. When Wang Xian rushed over, Lan Qingyue pointed to the front. It's over there. A team of 10,000 Faith Universe Army members. I didn't wipe them out. Lan Qingyue said. The reason why she did not destroy it was to make it easier for Wang Xian to use his soul assimilation power to obtain more information. Wang Xian nodded with a smile and flew over immediately. A suffocating energy enveloped them. The terrifying power caused all the members of the 10,000-man team to reveal expressions of despair and fear. What happened next was abnormally easy. After obtaining a lot of information, Wang Xian passed the information to Lan Qingyue. Then they continued hunting. As the days passed, the number of believers and gods that died in their hands kept increasing. As Wang Xian and the rest continued their hunt, the situation was getting worse. Millions of worshippers and gods of the universe army died one after another. The news also reached the Faith Universe's passageway. The elders and powerhouses of Faith Universe all had ugly expressions on their faces, but there was nothing they could do. They could only send this news to the gods and believers in the Starry Sky Universe. When the gods and believers in the Starry Sky Universe received this news, their expressions were as ugly as could be. They had never imagined that their Faith Cosmos, a group of experts, would actually be pursued like this after coming to the Starry Sky Cosmos. Like prey, they were killed one by one. This made them feel extremely aggrieved, powerlessness and fear. All the gods and believers of the Faith Universe were worried that they would bump into the Dragon King and the rest. Because once they did, the outcome would be death. They did not dare to rest and flew towards the Faith Universe's passageway with all their might. Time passed day by day and the hunt continued. Based on Wang Xian's speed to the gods and believers of the Faith Universe. If they wanted to fly to the Faith Universe's passageway, they would need at least 400 years. In other words, he could hunt for more than 400 years. As the days passed, the gods and believers died in Wang Xian's hands one by one. The harvest was also increasing day by day. After more than 200 years, the number of gods and believers that died in the hands of Wang Xian was almost equivalent to the total number of the Faith Legion. Faced with such a loss, the Faith Universe could do nothing. At this moment, at the location of the Faith Universe's passageway, a large number of experts from the 24 palaces had gathered at the exit of the passageway. They stared in the direction of the Starry Sky Universe, their eyes filled with anger and murderous intent. Get ready. If the Dragon Palace really dares to come close to the Passage of Faith and wait for us to come and hunt us, we'll go in directly and eliminate them. As time passed, the gods and believers of the Faith Universe's army were getting closer and closer to the exit. However, the closer they were to the passageway, The experts of the Faith universe were increasingly worried that the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace would be lying in wait. Once the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace guarded the exit, he could easily slaughter all the gods and believers of the Faith universe. Therefore, a large number of experts from the 24 palaces of the Faith universe had gathered here. There were more than 100 pinnacle existences among the gods gathered here. Once there was any problem, they would fly into the Starry Sky universe without hesitation. As this was the border, they would have enough time to retreat even if they were detected by the Heaven Yuan creation Starry Sky beast in the Starry Sky universe. Therefore, as long as the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace appeared near their passageway, they would have the guts to enter and annihilate him. The time was getting closer and closer. Wang Xian had been hunting the gods and believers of the Faith universe for more than 300 years. At this time, they were getting closer and closer to the location of the Faith universe's passageway. Let's stop. This time's hunt is over. Wang Xian and Lan Qingyue hovered in the void. He hesitated for a moment before speaking. Alright, further ahead is the passageway to the Faith universe. If they have Heaven Yuan creation beasts there, it will be very dangerous for us. Our harvest over the past few hundred years has been very bountiful. Lan Qingyue said with a smile. In the past few hundred years of pursuit, apart from the 2 armies that they had annihilated at the beginning, they had also annihilated at least the sum of the experts and believers of the 2 armies of the Faith universe. The harvest this time could not be considered small. Wang Xian and the rest were not greedy and stopped in time. The resources in their hands were sufficient to upgrade the Dragon Palace to a very powerful level. Let's go back. Wang Xian smiled at Lan Qingyue with satisfaction. Chapter 3889. Wang Xian and Lan Qingyue left. They did not go to the Starry Sky City. Instead, they went to the Lightning Treasured Land. The Lightning Treasured Land could be said to be one of the great treasured lands of the Dragon Palace. The value of such a treasured land was extremely high. Even pinnacle races would fight for it if they encountered it. The resources of the Dragon Palace are enough to last us for 1 billion years. Wang Xian counted the spoils in his hands with a smile on his face. This was equivalent to the harvest of 4 faith legions. That was close to 200,000 corpses of gods. In addition, there were close to 300 corpses of 7th order gods previously. There were more than 4 million corpses of 8th order, 9th order, and pinnacle venerable realm experts. These resources were enough to last the Dragon Palace for 1 billion years. It was enough to increase the strength of the Dragon Palace to a terrifying level. It was enough to make the Dragon Palace catch up with other pinnacle races in terms of strength. Perhaps the only thing the Dragon Palace lacked was the combat strength of 7th order sovereigns and above. Only Wang Xian and Lan Qingyue could support this level of combat strength. However, their strength was enough to be invincible in the universe. Xiao Xian, are you going to refine the stellar domain fragment before returning? Lan Qingyue asked Wang Xian. Yes, I have an idea. First, we will refine the stellar domain fragment completely. Then, we will go to the place where we encountered the crystal energy. That crystal beast is very strong, comparable to our pinnacle sovereign realm experts. But as long as I refine the stellar domain fragment, together with you and Xiaolan, we will be able to destroy it. In this way Xiao Zhai and Xiao Bai will have enough energy to increase their strength. Wang Xian said. As for the matter with the Phoenix race, we will return immediately after dealing with the crystal beast. He said. Currently, there were 4 7th order sovereign galactic beasts with the Phoenix race. It was not 100% certain that these 4 7th order sovereign galactic beasts were the subordinates of the chaotic galactic beasts. It was also not 100% certain that the Beast King token would be useful to them. Wang Xian would make his move after he was done with all his preparations. First, he would refine the stellar domain fragment. After refining it, the crystal energy and the crystal beast in the ocean would be destroyed. This way Xiao Bai and Xiao Zhai would have enough energy to increase their strength. After that, Wang Xian and Lan Qingyue would be able to destroy the 4 7th order sovereign galactic beasts with ease. Sure. Lan Qingyue nodded her head. I'll refine it first. As Wang Xian spoke, he immediately took out the star zone fragment. Wang Xian had only refined a small portion of the entire stellar zone fragment. A heavenly origin fortune star domain fragment was very powerful, even if it was only 1/5 of its original size. However, he could still use it to unleash terrifying destructive power. At present, Wang Xian could make use of the star field fragments to cast Rapid Meteor, Star Field Space Lock, 8 Stars Alignment, Blazing Meteor, Heavy Sky, and Desolate Star Field. These names were given by Wang Xian himself. Some of the attacking moves were used by the gods of the universe of belief against him. Wang Xian sat cross-legged in the Thunder Realm and quietly nurtured himself. To complete this nurturing process, it would take at least tens of thousands of years. However, he was not in a hurry. Time passed quickly. At the same time, at the location of the Faith Universe passage, all the gods and believers of the palace had escaped and gathered at the entrance of the passage. Some of the experts in the palaces glanced at the gods and believers in their own palaces, their faces extremely ugly. This time, their 24 palaces' losses were simply too great. Since the Faith Universe entered the Starry Universe, the losses of the gods and disciples were simply too great. In particular, most of the losses were caused by the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace. King of gods, what should we do now? The Dragon King of the Dragon Palace is too strong. We are no match for him. An elder looked at the King of Gods and spoke with an embarrassed look. With the suppression of the Starry Universe, it will be difficult to kill the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace. You can decide what to do next. Take your time. If you can eliminate the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace, then so be it. If not, we will annihilate the Dragon Palace first when the cataclysm begins. The huge and imposing three-faced figure in the center said plainly. After he finished speaking, he disappeared. As for the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace, he did not intend to make a move now. The cataclysm had not begun and they could not enter the Starry Universe. Once they entered, there was a high possibility that they would die in there. Therefore he would let his disciples decide what to do next. Seeing the King of Gods leave, the rest of the gods and believers were a little displeased. The experts of the 24 palaces looked at each other helplessly. The Starry Universe is huge. Although the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace is strong, he can't keep hunting our disciples of the Faith Universe. Let's first send some rank 7 and rank 6 gods into the Starry Universe to search for resources. After a long silence, an elder of the 24 palaces said, "In that case, the 24 palaces will work together for the time being." An elder of the 24 palaces nodded and said. Soon the 24 palaces came to an agreement. They would first send their experts into the Starry Universe to slowly develop and search for treasures and resources. Although it was extremely sullen, at least it would not be too dangerous. This time, the Faith Universe was completely subdued by the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace. Time continued to flow. Thousands and tens of thousands of years passed in the blink of an eye. The Faith Universe's wretchedness was a very good thing for the experts and disciples of the Nine Essences universe. The experts and disciples of the peak and advanced races once again embarked on the path of searching for opportunities. However, as time passed, the matter that the Nine Essences universe's experts and disciples were looking forward to did not happen. After so much time had passed, the Dragon Palace had not taken revenge on the Phoenix race. This caused many thoughts and guesses to appear in the minds of the experts and disciples of the Nine Essences universe to discuss. The Dragon Palace has not taken revenge on the Phoenix race yet. It should be because of the 4 7th Order Sovereign Star Beasts. There's no need to mention the strength of the Dragon Palace's Dragon King. He definitely has the combat strength of a peak Sovereign Realm expert. However, the Star Beast that the Phoenix race invited is also very terrifying. The strength of the Dragon Palace's Dragon King and the others shouldn't be enough to deal with 4 7th Order Sovereign Star Beasts. I don't think it's a shame. The Dragon King and the others are already very powerful. The Dragon Palace's Dragon King is my idol. I support the Dragon Palace and the Dragon King. Now that the Phoenix race has an ally, it won't be too late to take revenge when the Dragon Palace's strength increases. We can't be impulsive. Chapter 3890. More than 10,000 years had passed, and the Dragon Palace had not taken revenge on the Phoenix race. Many people were surprised, but at the same time they felt that it was normal. Many experts and disciples were in favor of the Dragon Palace's actions. After all, the Phoenix race had found 4 allies for 7th Order Sovereign Realm giant space beasts. Ever since the Dragon King and the others had pinned down the entire Faith Cosmos and forced their army to flee, the Dragon King had become the idol of many experts and disciples in the 9 Origins Cosmos. Even some of the experts from the peak races were full of admiration for the Dragon King of Dragon Palace. The rise of the Dragon King and his path of invincibility had become the topic of discussion. Therefore, it was normal that the Dragon Palace had not taken revenge on the Phoenix race in the past 10,000 years. No other experts and disciples said that the Dragon Palace was afraid of the Phoenix race. On the contrary, they supported the Dragon King to give up on taking revenge for the time being. They would take revenge when they were stronger. The Dragon Palace's prestige had unknowingly begun to rise. Haha, success. The second 7th Order Sovereign Giant Space Beast. The second one. Ah. At the same time, a group of phoenixes and angels flapped their wings and floated in front of the Dragon Palace. A look of excitement appeared on the faces of the phoenixes. There were 6 7th-order sovereign giant space beasts on the left, right and center. The 7th-order sovereign giant space beast in the center was covered in wounds, and its aura was weak. Its head was lowered at this moment. Brothers of the Phoenix race, it's our angel race's turn. An archangel at the 7th-order sovereign realm looked at the phoenixes and said with a smile, "Of course, according to our agreement." One of the phoenixes nodded his head. As long as our angel race subdues 2 more 7th-order sovereign giant space beasts, we can destroy the Dragon Palace. An archangel said with a smile, "That's for sure. At that time, even if the green cherry giant space beast doesn't make a move, we can destroy it." An expert from the Phoenix race said with a smile, "The experts of the Dragon Palace were deliberately killed by our Phoenix clan. Now that more than 10,000 years have passed, the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace still doesn't dare to take any action. He must be afraid of the 4 existences of the green cherry star beast. The strength of the Dragon Palace's Dragon King is at most 2 or 3 existences that are comparable to peak sovereign realm experts." "Absolutely. The Dragon Palace even said that we would pay a heavy price? Once you have successfully tamed the angels, we will annihilate the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace." The Phoenix's faces were cold and filled with killing intent as they spoke. The Angel Clan's experts also smiled and nodded. It had been more than 10,000 years since the Cyaning Star Behemoth clan had arrived. The Phoenix clan had spent a great deal of resources to invite him over. It wasn't just for deterrence. Instead, they had paid a price for the 4 7th-order sovereign realm giant beasts to help them tame the 7th-order sovereign realm giant beasts. It was much easier to tame a giant star beast without intelligence or civilization. Of course, it wasn't easy to tame a 7th-order sovereign realm star beast. The main reason was that the foundation of the Phoenix clan was too deep. After all, they were a very powerful apex race. He had accumulated quite a lot of treasures. Taming giant space beasts was something that the various peak powers had been doing for a long time. It was just that none of them had the strength to tame a 7th-order sovereign realm giant space beast. The Phoenix clan had borrowed the help of 4 7th-order sovereign realm giant space beasts to tame them. Moreover, they had called the Angel clan over to exchange some resources and benefits. In exchange, they had helped them tame 2 7th-order sovereign realm giant space beasts. As long as they succeeded, they would have the battle strength of 2 peak sovereign realm experts. At that time, why would they need to be afraid of the Dragon Palace? They could even take the initiative to attack the Dragon Palace. Days passed, and in the blink of an eye, another 10,000 years had passed. In these 10,000 years, everything had calmed down. The experts and disciples of the various peak powers had once again embarked on their journey of searching for opportunities and resources. From time to time, news of an expert's breakthrough would come from the communication stone plate. However, in these 10,000 years, the experts and disciples of the Phoenix clan and Angel clan had become more active. From the communication stone plate, whenever an expert praised the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace, they would receive a disdainful reply from the Phoenix clan and Angel clan. Gradually, in the end, experts from the Phoenix clan and Angel clan expressed that they were not afraid of the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace. The Dragon King of the Dragon Palace is very strong? That's because they have the ancient god Kuan Breeder. The Dragon Palace is only supported by the ancient god Kuan Breeder and the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace. There are no other powerful disciples. The Dragon Palace said that they would make our Phoenix clan pay the price. Now that 20,000 years have passed, isn't our Phoenix clan still doing well? Would they dare to be impudent with our Phoenix clan? The Dragon Palace is lucky. If we were in the 9 Origins universe, would the Dragon Palace dare to provoke our Phoenix clan and Angel clan? They would have been annihilated long ago. They said that they would make the Phoenix clan pay the price. What happened? Why is the Dragon Palace holding up? The experts and disciples of the Phoenix clan and the Angel clan were ridiculing them through the communication stone plate. This caused many experts who admired the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace to retaliate. However, there were experts from the Phoenix clan who retaliated. The experts of the Dragon Palace were killed by our Phoenix clan on purpose. It has been more than 20,000 years. Would the Dragon Palace dare to take revenge? His words rendered many people speechless. In the universe, strength reigns supreme. Even if many experts and disciples were unhappy, strength spoke louder than words. Buzz buzz buzz. Wang Xian had no idea what was happening in the outside world. At this moment he was fully focused on nurturing the stellar sector fragment. 20,000 years had passed. On this day, the stellar sector fragment gradually entered Wang Xian's body. The silhouettes of planets slowly appeared around him. Every illusory image of a planet contained horrifying power. Wang Xian revealed a smile when he saw this. He had completely refined and nurtured the stellar sector fragment successfully. Now, this stellar sector fragment truly belonged to him. The stellar sector fragment entered his body. At the same time, Wang Xian could feel the horrifying power in his body. This power was vast and invincible. He felt that even if he were to face Xiaolan, he would be able to kill it easily. After refining it completely, the offensive means of the stellar sector fragment had increased significantly. This was not something that the 8 rank 7 celestial beings could compare to. Chapter 3891, How strong am I now? After the successful cultivation and refinement of the stellar zone fragment, it was equivalent to becoming one with Wang Xian. Once the stellar zone fragment was taken away, he would also suffer great damage. Now that the cultivation was successful, he could borrow the power of the stellar zone fragment at will. He had no idea how strong Wang Xian was now. Qingyue attacked me with Xiaolan. I want to test my strength. Wang Xian smiled and said to Lan Qingyue. Alright. Lan Qingyue nodded with a smile. Before the refinement, Wang Xian could make use of the power of the stellar zone fragment to match the combined power of her and Xiaolan. Now that it was completely refined, it would be even more terrifying. Therefore, she wasn't worried about hurting Wang Xian. Whoa! Lan Qingyue and Xiaolan flew out with Wang Xian. Lan Qingyue conjured a grayish long spear while Xiaolan conjured a grayish Kuan shadow. They attacked Wang Xian directly. This was close to their full strength. Wang Xian sensed the attack and waved his arm. Stellar Zone Barrier. A dazzling barrier appeared in front of Wang Xian. The barrier was huge. Not only did it block Wang Xian's body, but it also blocked the starry sky. Boom boom boom. Lan Qingyue and Xiaolan's attacks landed on the stellar zone barrier and produced loud explosions. However, the stellar zone barrier didn't fluctuate at all. Not even the slightest fluctuation. Wang Xian's eyes sparkled when he saw this. This defense was almost invincible among those of the same level. It should be able to withstand 2 or 3 of this level of power. Wang Xian calculated in his heart and revealed a satisfied look. This stellar domain fragment was simply too great of a boost to him. Be it in the Starry Sky universe or the Nine-Source universe. If Wang Xian returned to the Nine-Source universe now, he could easily kill pinnacle sovereigns with the help of this stellar zone fragment. Even if his strength hadn't improved, he could still do so with the help of this stellar zone fragment. This was extremely terrifying. Of course, there was a precondition. This pinnacle sovereign didn't have treasures like the stellar zone fragment. As for whether the pinnacle races had such treasures, Wang Xian wasn't sure. However, there was an 80% chance that he possessed a treasure of this level. After all, the top races might not have treasures of the Heavenly Yuan Fortune level, but it was still possible to obtain treasures of this level. Xiaoxian, how is it? Lan Qingyue flew over and asked with a smile. If it's just defense, it can withstand at least 5 or 6 full-powered attacks from people of the same level. Wang Xian chuckled. However, speaking of which, this starfield fragment can be considered a Heavenly Yuan creation treasure that leans towards attacking. The attack of this starfield fragment is even more terrifying. If that's the case, then once you return to the 9 Origins cosmos, as long as you absorb all the resources, wouldn't you be much stronger than a peak sovereign? Lan Qingyue's eyes sparkled as she spoke. Yes. Wang Xian nodded his head. Currently, he still had a lot of resources in his hands. These resources were enough to raise his cultivation by 2 realms. In other words, he would be able to fight against a 9th Order sovereign. At that time, he would be able to open up the starfield fragment to gather more energy. As long as a peak sovereign realm expert didn't possess any powerful treasures, he would be able to kill them easily. As for how strong he would be at that time, no one knew. A heavenly primordial fortune level treasure was too terrifying. Take the progenitor tree for example. It had yet to fully mature, but it was already displaying such terrifying power. This was something that many pinnacle races couldn't imagine. To a certain extent, a Heavenly Yuan creation treasure might be even rarer than a Heavenly Yuan creation treasure expert. Even if it was just a fragment, it was exceptionally terrifying. Let's go. Let's get rid of that crystal beast first. After that, we'll return to the 9 Origins cosmos. Wang Xian continued speaking to Lan Qingyue. Alright. Lan Qingyue nodded her head. Wang Xian waved his arm and a meteor appeared beneath his feet. He led them towards a direction at a terrifying speed. This speed was much faster than before. A few days later, Wang Xian arrived at the sea region where he was trapped once again. He had been trapped here for more than 30 million years. He had a clear understanding of everything here. His target was the crystal domain. He flew straight towards it. It's just ahead. After flying for another half an hour, Wang Xian looked at the crystals in front of him with sparkling eyes. He had completely retracted the power of the starfield fragment. After retracting it, his aura had weakened significantly. It was the aura of a 7th order sovereign. This aura was already very weak in this area. Lan Qingyue also retracted her aura, while Xiaolan waited outside for the time being. They flew towards the inside. This way. Wang Xian scanned the ordinary crystals around him. After checking the direction, he flew towards the place in his memory. Previously, Wang Xian had lured the 8 deities over and they were easily defeated by the giant crystal beast. However, although that crystal beast was strong, it was only slightly stronger than a 7th order sovereign star beast. It would be a little difficult to deal with 2 7th order sovereign star beasts. When he arrived at the place where there were more than 50 energy crystals, he realized that they had disappeared. Previously, the energy crystals were kept by one of the gods. After the crystal beast killed that 7th order sovereign star beast, it must have changed the location of the energy crystals or absorbed them. Wang Xian said to Lan Qingyue, "Let's go and check out other places." Lan Qingyue nodded her head. Now that the star field fragment was here, Wang Xian did not have to be as careful as before. Instead, he flew straight into the depths of the star field fragment. Back then, he did not dare to step into the depths of the star field fragment. As they flew deeper, they kept a close eye on their surroundings. There's the aura of energy crystals over there. After flying for 2 days, Lan Qingyue sensed something and pointed in a direction. "Let's go over. This should be the territory of the crystal beast. If we touch the energy crystals here, we will definitely be attacked by the crystal beast," Wang Xian said as he flew towards the direction Lan Qingyue pointed. Soon, 3 crystals that contained massive energy appeared in his sight. Wang Xian's eyes lit up when he saw the energy crystals. After flying for 2 days, he had already encountered energy crystals. This was clearly a treasure land. Clearly, there was a powerful existence guarding this place. Wang Xian looked around. With a wave of his arm, a dragon claw grabbed towards the energy crystals. Chapter 3892, Wang. The dragon claw grabbed the energy crystal and flew towards Wang Xian. Looking at the energy crystal flying over, he scanned his surroundings with a vigilant look in his eyes. Wang Xian had no idea how many energy crystals there were in this area. Therefore, he still had to be careful even though his strength had increased tremendously. Just as the energy crystal was about to reach Wang Xian, a roar filled with murderous intent reverberated. Not far away from him, a giant crystal beast flew out from an ordinary crystal and attacked Wang Xian and the rest. "It's out." Wang Xian's eyes lit up when he saw the giant crystal beast. "It doesn't look like the one we met previously." Lan Qingyue's eyes lit up when she saw it. Wang Xian nodded slightly. This giant crystal beast wasn't as strong as the previous one. Its strength was also comparable to a pinnacle sovereign realm expert. However, it was weaker than the previous one. Blazing meteor. Wang Xian moved his palm without any hesitation. With a wave of his arm, a blazing meteor flew out from his palm and attacked the giant crystal beast. Boom. The blazing meteor landed on the giant crystal beast instantly. The terrifying speed was as though it had teleported. Bam bam bam. A blood-curdling scream was heard as the body of the giant crystal beast cracked and collapsed gradually. Wang Xian revealed a smile when he saw this. This was the terrifying attack power of the starfield fragment. Instant kill. A complete instant kill. With a wave of his arm, the broken body of the giant crystal beast flew towards him. Wang Xian sensed the boundless energy contained within. Another one should be enough for me to break through. He passed the energy crystal to Lan Qingyue and said with a smile. There might be more than 1 or 2 giant crystal beasts in this area. Lan Qingyue took it over and said after checking it out. "Yes. If that's the case, let's hunt here." Wang Xian nodded and continued to fly deeper into the area. Once again he traversed through this special area. However, this time he only found a dozen energy crystals after half a month. There should be one nearby. Wang Xian looked at the dozen energy crystals in front of him with a smile. Using the same method, he formed a dragon claw again and grabbed at the energy crystals. When the energy crystal was grabbed by Wang Xian once again as expected, the roaring sound was heard again. Wang Xian squinted his eyes as he looked at the giant crystal beast that suddenly emerged from a crystal. "This one looks like the one we met back then." he murmured as he sensed the power of this crystal beast. Wang Xian opened up his 5 fingers and a star hovered above each finger. With a flick of his finger, the 5 stars enlarged and charged towards the giant crystal beast. Roar! The moment the giant crystal beast flew out, it sensed the attack of the 5-fingered stars. It sensed the terrifying power coming from them and its pupils shrank. It quickly stopped and flew towards an ordinary crystal. The giant crystal beast's innate ability allowed it to instantly enter an ordinary crystal and teleport within the crystal. It was similar to the Abyss Dragon's transformation. Every normal crystal was a medium for their transformation. Trying to escape? Wang Xian smiled. With a slight shake of his body, a grayish star appeared above his head. Chong Kong. He growled. Bam bam bam. The grayish star released a wave of energy that swept across the surroundings. At the same time, the surrounding crystals began to crumble rapidly. The coverage was terrifying. All of this happened in an instant. As the crystals crumbled, the giant crystal beast appeared in Wang Xian's sight. It let out a furious roar and charged towards Wang Xian directly. Courting death. Wang Xian moved his palm, and the 5-fingered stars that had yet to disappear turned and charged towards the giant crystal beast again. Boom boom boom. Another violent collision was heard, and the body of the giant crystal beast crumbled rapidly. It turned into pieces of energy crystals. Xiaoxian, your strength is really strong. Lan Qingyue couldn't help but exclaim. This giant crystal beast should be the one that was chasing after Wang Xian and the 8 deities. Back then, the 8 deities were no match for it with the help of the star domain fragments, and a few of them were killed. But now that Wang Xian had completely refined the power of the star domain fragments, he could easily kill it. It's a heavenly yuan creation level treasure. That's amazing. Wang Xian chuckled. He waved his arm and kept the corpse of the giant crystal beast. Now, I should have enough energy to upgrade my body. Enough. Lan Qingyue nodded with a smile. There should be quite a number of energy crystals left, which can help Xiao Bai improve significantly. In that case, let's continue searching here and collect all the energy needed to upgrade Xiao Bai. Wang Xian said. Lan Qingyue naturally had no objections. Next, Wang Xian and the rest continued their search. In this area, the strongest giant crystal beast was only at the 7th Order Sovereign Realm. After all, this was the ocean at the edge of the infinite starry sky, and there weren't any powerful existences here. In the next few months, Wang Xian and the rest hunted 2 more giant crystal beasts. One was at the 6th Order Sovereign Realm, and the other was at the 7th Order Sovereign Realm. These 2 giant crystal beast corpses were enough for Xiao Bai to complete her breakthrough. Next, they searched for a few more months and almost searched the entire area. After finding nothing, Wang Xian was ready to leave. Let's go back. Wang Xian said to Lan Qingyue. Lan Qingyue nodded. Wang Xian took out the communication stone plate and contacted Enlai and Prime Minister Turtle. Dozens of seconds later, Wang Xian and Lan Qingyue appeared in a mansion. This was the territory of the giant starry sky city Dragon Palace. In the giant starry sky city, all the pinnacle races had their own territory. Although the territory wasn't huge, it was enough for the experts of the pinnacle races to stay and rest. Greetings, Dragon King. Prime Minister Turtle was already waiting at the side when he saw Wang Xian. He greeted him respectfully. Is there any news recently? Wang Xian asked Prime Minister Turtle with a smile. Dragon King, there isn't any news for the time being. However, the Phoenix Tribe and the Angel Tribe are very arrogant in the communication stone plate. Some powerhouses of the Phoenix Tribe even admitted that they had deliberately killed over a dozen of our disciples. Prime Minister Turtle said. In that case, the Phoenix race isn't afraid of us at all because they have 4 7th Order Sovereign Realm giant beasts? Wang Xian smiled faintly and said. Chapter 3893. Dragon King, I feel that the Phoenix race's reliance isn't just on the 4 7th Order Sovereign Realm giant space beasts. During this period of time, this old subject has sent people to investigate the Phoenix race's situation. Even though they didn't manage to obtain any concrete information, they discovered that the Phoenix race and the 4 7th Order Sovereign Realm giant space beasts have been carrying out several operations. I don't know the specifics, but I have a guess. They might have borrowed the strength of the 4 giant space beasts to achieve something. They might have obtained some treasures or resources, or used the 4 giant space beasts to tame other powerful giant space beasts. Otherwise, the Phoenix race wouldn't have dared to be so arrogant. Prime Minister Turtle reported to Wang Xian. Wang Xian raised his eyebrows slightly when he heard Prime Minister Turtle's words. It wasn't impossible to tame other powerful giant space beasts with the help of 4 7th-order sovereign realm giant space beasts. In fact, since the beginning, the top races and experts in the 9 Origins universe had been taming all kinds of giant space beasts. Because the giant space beasts weren't suppressed by the universe, they could play a greater role with resources. Therefore, the Phoenix race could really make use of the 4 giant space beasts to tame other 7th-order sovereign realm giant space beasts. In that case, the strength of the Phoenix race isn't as simple as we thought. Wang Xian narrowed his eyes and said, I feel that if they are really taming other giant space beasts, they can at most tame 2 or 3 7th-order sovereign realm giant space beasts in 10 to 20,000 years. After all, the resources and price needed to tame giant space beasts of this level are extremely high. Prime Minister Turtle said. Wang Xian nodded his head. He was also slightly surprised by this news. The top races were indeed the top races. Qingyue, how long will it take for Xiao Zhai and Xiao Bai to improve? Wang Xian looked at Lan Qingyue and asked. Another 2,000 years or so. Lan Qingyue answered. Currently, Wang Xian wasn't sure how strong he was. However, it shouldn't be a problem for him to deal with 5 or 6 7th-order sovereign realm giant space beasts. If he went all out, he should be able to kill 3 7th-order sovereign realm giant space beasts. If the Phoenix clan had really tamed a 7th-order sovereign realm giant star beast. In addition to the 4 7th-order sovereign realm space beasts, Wang Xian might not be able to annihilate them all by himself. But if Xiao Zhai, Xiao Bai, and the others improved, it would be a different story. With the addition of Weidi, Lan Qingyue, and Xiaolan, they were able to deal with 10 7th-order sovereign realm space beasts. Even if there were 8 to 9 7th-order sovereign realm space beasts, they would be able to grind them to death with time. Sure, we will make a move against the Phoenix clan in 2,000 years. Also, Prime Minister Turtle, how many 7th-order sovereigns do the Dragon Palace have? Wang Xian continued asking Prime Minister Turtle. With those hearts of faith, the number of 7th-order sovereigns in the Dragon Palace has reached 170. Prime Minister Turtle smiled and said, in terms of 7th-order sovereign realm experts, the experts of our Dragon Palace far surpass the other peak powers. The phantom dragon species had been greatly improved in a treasured land. Coupled with the heart of faith from the gods, the drakes received a significant boost in strength. Currently, the strength of the phantom dragon species was the strongest in the Dragon Palace. 177th-order sovereign realm experts. This number was more than the number of peak experts from the various races. At least, it was more than the 7th-order sovereigns from the other peak powers. Sure, get the disciples of the Dragon Palace ready. In 2,000 years, we will launch an all-out attack on the Phoenix clan. Don't let any of the Phoenix clan's experts and disciples escape. Wang Xian's eyes flashed with a cold light as he spoke. Yes, Dragon King. Prime Minister Turtle nodded his head and hesitated for a moment before continuing. Dragon King, the 9 Origins universe passage has been opened in the giant starry sky city. From there, we can teleport to the giant starry sky city immediately. Long-distance teleportation? That's fast. Don't worry about it. Wang Xian shook his head. Wang Xian and the rest were well aware of the strength and defense of the giant starry sky city. However, with the current defense of the giant starry sky city, it could withstand the attack of 2 7th-order sovereigns. This defense was nothing to Wang Xian. He could destroy the entire giant starry sky city. At that time, if the Dragon Palace launched an attack, Wang Xian would seal the entire giant starry sky city. Before the war, we have to give them a notice. If the Phoenix clan is willing to fork out sufficient compensation, we will forget about this matter. If they don't agree, we will fight. Wang Xian narrowed his eyes slightly. He opened his mouth and spoke. As soon as he finished speaking, he took out the communication stone plate and posted a message in his name. Dragon King of the Dragon Palace. If the Phoenix clan can't give us a satisfactory answer after 2,000 years, I will let all the experts and disciples of the Phoenix clan in the Starry Sky universe bleed like a river. A plain message was uploaded to the communication stone plate. After which, Wang Xian turned off the communication stone plate and revealed a faint smile. Next, it was time to play with the Phoenix clan. No matter how many trump cards the Phoenix clan had or how strong they were, Wang Xian would play with them until the end if they couldn't give him a satisfactory answer. He wanted to see who would be the one who couldn't afford to play in the end. If the Phoenix clan didn't have any other powerful existences or trump cards. Sorry, but none of the experts and disciples of the Phoenix clan would be spared. Even if they were in the giant starry sky city. At the same time, when Wang Xian posted this message, it quickly caused a huge commotion in the communication stone plate and the entire giant starry sky city. It's here. The revenge of the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace is about to begin. This is the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace that I have seen before. This is the Dragon King that I will repay tenfold if you offend me. I knew it. I knew that the Dragon Palace wouldn't let it go so easily. Neither would the Dragon King. Ever since the Dragon Palace developed to this day, the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace has never lowered his head. Haha, the Dragon King is awesome. I support the Dragon King. The Dragon King is starting his revenge. Sis, what a domineering declaration and warning. If they don't give us a satisfactory answer, he will slaughter all the experts and disciples of the Phoenix clan? Is this the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace? Chapter 3894. Wang Xian's message caused a huge uproar. All the experts and disciples in the Nine Origins universe were shocked when they saw the news. The Dragon Palace's revenge was about to begin. The Dragon King's revenge was about to begin. Many of the experts and disciples were not too surprised. This was the Dragon King's character. Since the establishment of the Dragon Palace, as long as someone targeted the Dragon Palace, the Dragon King would accompany them to the end. This time was no exception. Because Wang Xian and the others had resisted the entire Faith Universe army single-handedly, they had gained many admirers in the Nine Origins universe. Humph, you want to turn the Phoenix race into a river of blood? At the same time, in the void, 7 Seventh Order Sovereign Realm space beasts hovered in the air around them. The experts of the Phoenix race and the Angel race were at the back. When the experts of the Phoenix race received the news, their faces were filled with coldness. 2,000 years later, the Angel race will be able to tame that giant star beast in front of us. An archangel from the Angel race said with a smile. Since that's the case, why don't our two races settle things with the Dragon Palace in 2,000 years? A Seventh Order Sovereign Fire Phoenix looked at them and said emotionlessly. Sure, the Phoenix race has the same idea. This time we will completely annihilate the Dragon Palace. As long as we kill all their experts and disciples in the starry sky cosmos, we can easily destroy their nest in the Nine Origins universe. The experts of the Angel race nodded their heads. The hatred between them and the Dragon King could no longer be resolved. This time they would settle things once and for all. 2,000 years later, with their strength, it would not be a problem to annihilate the Dragon Palace. Alright, let's annihilate the Dragon Palace once and for all. The group of phoenixes said with murderous intent. 2,000 years later, we will settle things once and for all. A water phoenix from the Phoenix race took out the communication stone plate and said with a smirk. Then he typed a reply on the communication stone plate in the name of a powerhouse of the Phoenix clan. Let's wait and see 2,000 years later. Let's wait and see. Who will annihilate who? When this message was sent out, it quickly caused a huge uproar in the communication stone plate. After all, this was a direct response from the Phoenix race. This was also the attitude of the Phoenix clan. Just wait and see. The Phoenix clan actually accepted the challenge. They really accepted the challenge. There will definitely be a great war in 2,000 years. It's hard to say who will win now. The Phoenix race has 4 Seventh Order Sovereign Realm star beasts as allies. Although I don't know the strength of the Dragon Palace, the fact that the Dragon King and the others are able to strike fear into the hearts of the entire Faith universe means that they have terrifying strength as well. Support the Dragon Palace, support the Dragon King, and get rid of the Phoenix clan. To think that the Phoenix clan killed Patriarch Skyfire in order to snatch the treasure. How despicable. At present, the Phoenix clan is not afraid of the Dragon Palace at all. They must have a powerful backer. I guess there will be a great war. After this war, I should be able to find out the trump card of the Dragon Palace. I wonder how strong the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace is? All the experts and disciples in the Nine Essences universe were discussing this matter. This battle was unavoidable. The enmity between the Phoenix clan and the Dragon Palace had reached an irreconcilable point. Just a small Dragon Palace. This time the Phoenix clan will show you our strength. In 2,000 years, the Dragon Palace will be destroyed. A large number of experts and disciples of the Phoenix clan were clamoring in the communication stone plate. Some of the disciples of the Dragon Palace also responded. Especially the venomous horned dragon, led by the 8-Chi Devilish Shah and the others. They were not afraid of anyone when it came to arguing. With the announcement from the Dragon Palace and the Phoenix clan, the war in 2,000 years became the focus of the Nine Essences universe. Seeing the response from the Phoenix clan, the corner of Wang Xian's mouth twitched slightly, but he didn't seem to care. 2,000 years. So be it. Time passed quickly. To the experts, 2,000 years passed in the blink of an eye. At the same time, at the location of the Nine Essences Universe's passageway, a group of experts from the Phoenix clan stood in the void. The Water Phoenix, Fire Phoenix, and Golden Phoenix, the kings of the three types of phoenixes, were all here. Other than the three Phoenix kings, there were also three elders of the Phoenix clan. All of them were existences above the 8th Order Sovereign Realm. There were also 5 or 6 peak Sovereign Realm existences. This wasn't the full strength of the Phoenix clan, but it was terrifying enough to gather all of them here. They floated in the air, waiting quietly. At the side, the Radiance Angel King and a group of great angels above the 8th Order Sovereign Realm had also gathered. They were also waiting for the same news. There were experts from the other 10 pinnacle races around, and there were more of them than before. All the experts were paying close attention to the upcoming battle. The Dragon Palace declared war, and the Phoenix clan responded. This was going to be an unprecedented war. Over at the Phoenix clan, the Aqua Phoenix King looked at the Radiance Angel King. The two of them looked at each other and nodded silently. They had reached an agreement. In the middle of the group of pinnacle races, there was a teleportation array. This was a teleportation array created by a group of pinnacle races. From this teleportation array, they could reach the giant starry sky city in an instant. Are you ready? At the same time in the giant starry sky city, Wang Xian looked at Prime Minister Turtle and said, "Dragon King, all combat disciples are ready." Prime Minister Turtle nodded his head. 2,000 years had passed and Whitey, Xiao Zhai, and the rest had completed their breakthroughs. For this great battle, Wang Xian was not going to hide anything anymore. 1,000 phantom dragons and devouring dragons were all participating. Currently, the phantom dragons had 173 7th Order sovereigns, and about 500 6th Order sovereigns. The rest were all 5th Order sovereigns. In these tens of millions of years, the devouring dragons, roving crab, and the rest had improved tremendously in the previous treasure land. Roving crab had broken through to the 5th Order sovereign realm, but his strength was only comparable to those 4th Order sovereigns. Now that more than 30 million years had passed, there were hundreds of devouring dragons that had reached the 6th Order sovereign realm. In other words, they were comparable to 5th Order sovereigns from other pinnacle races. There were hundreds of 6th Order sovereigns, but there were thousands of 4th Order sovereigns. Wang Xian did not touch the rest of the forces. The rest of the Dragon Palace disciples' cultivation was not very high, but this was enough. Chapter 3895, Hee alright. Let's have a good fight with them tomorrow. Wang Xian said with a smile after hearing Prime Minister Turtle's report. Dragon King, according to our investigation, the Phoenix clan and the Angel clan have been getting closer recently. We have to be wary of the Angel clan. Prime Minister Turtle said. The Angel clan should be participating this time. Wang Xian nodded. As for the addition of the Angel clan, he didn't care. The war is about to start. I saw many experts from the Phoenix clan arriving. Where will they fight tomorrow? Neither the Dragon Palace nor the Phoenix clan are backing off. I guess there will be a huge war in front of the Starry Sky City. That should be the case. Neither side is backing off. The war should be in front of the Starry Sky City. All the experts and disciples will be able to witness it. I'm really looking forward to the war tomorrow. This is the first time the Dragon Palace is challenging a veteran top-notch clan. I wonder how strong the Dragon Palace is now. Tomorrow, the Phoenix clan will definitely destroy the Dragon Palace. Meanwhile, in the Starry Sky City, the number of experts and disciples in the Starry Sky City was much higher than the last time the Universe of Faith had attacked. Many experts and disciples were worried that the Starry Sky City might not be able to withstand the previous attack from the Faith Universe. Therefore they didn't come. But this time, the entire Starry Sky City was packed with creatures from various clans. All the experts and disciples were discussing this matter. Even the experts and disciples from the top-notch clans were discussing this war. A day passed by quickly. The next day, a dragon roar reverberated through the entire Starry Sky City. The dragon roar was filled with majesty and coldness. It's here. All the experts and disciples in the Starry Sky City felt a chill in their hearts when they heard the dragon roar. They immediately looked towards the territory of the Dragon Palace. At this moment they saw figures flying towards the outside of the Starry Sky City. It's starting. The Dragon Palace has started. It seems like the war is going to break out in front of the Starry Sky City. I wonder if the Phoenix clan is also here to fight. It's definitely here. The experts and disciples of the Phoenix clan haven't shown the slightest bit of fear in the past 2,000 years. They've responded in a domineering manner. So, they definitely have a trump card. This time, if they don't accept the challenge in front of the Starry Sky Giant City, it'll be a little embarrassing. Quick, let's go to the front of the Starry Sky City and take a look. This dragon roar seemed to be a signal. The group of experts and disciples who had been waiting here immediately looked towards the front of the city wall. At a glance, there were tens of billions of experts and disciples who came to watch the battle. They were densely packed and endless. At the same time, Wang Xian and Lan Qingyue led a group of succubus dragons and thousands of devouring dragons towards the outside. He flew all the way to the front of the Starry Sky City. Floating in the air, Wang Xian looked calmly at the Starry Sky City. His eyes were filled with coldness. Chirp chirp chirp. Chirp chirp chirp. Right at this moment, Feng Ming's voice resounded. The sound was crisp and clear, resounding through the sky. Compared to Wang Xian, who had only sent a few thousand disciples of the Dragon Palace. On the other hand, the Phoenix clan had a lot more disciples. More than 20,000 phoenixes flew out. Each phoenix had the aura of a sovereign. As they flapped their huge phoenix wings, they exuded an invincible aura. There are too few disciples of the Dragon Palace. They won't be enough for us to kill later. It seems like the rest of the disciples of the Dragon Palace have gone into hiding. The group of experts from the Phoenix clan flew to the position opposite Wang Xian. The group of seventh-order sovereigns who were leading the group of phoenixes sized them up. Their eyes were filled with ridicule and disdain. They were 100% confident in today's battle. Lan Qingyue swept her gaze across them. With a wave of her arm, 3 horrifying black holes appeared in the sky. Woo woo woo. Woo woo woo. Woo woo woo. From the black holes, terrifying roars came from afar. I'll give you 10 seconds to take out your trump cards. Otherwise all of you will die. Lan Qingyue stared at the group of experts from the Phoenix clan and said coldly, "Ha! Ancient God Kuan Breeder, is this the legendary Ancient God Kuan Breeder? It seems like the Ancient God Kuan Breeder is much more powerful than before." Lan Qingyue summoned Xiaolan and the rest immediately. The terrifying black hole let out a terrifying roar. The experts of the Phoenix clan narrowed their eyes in astonishment. Their pupils constricted slightly and were filled with fear. The power within the black hole caused them to tremble. Hiss, the Dragon Palace has already shown its trump card before the war has even begun. The ancient god Kuan Breeder, the Dragon Queen of the Dragon Palace, is about to summon the Kuan. The energy in the black hole is so terrifying, it's comparable to the power of a peak ruler like us. 3 black holes. Could it be that the ancient god Kuan Breeder and her Kuan have reached the 7th order sovereign realm? Without the suppression of the starry sky cosmos, they are comparable to peak sovereign realm experts. 3 peak sovereign realm experts are terrifying. The ancient god Kuan Breeder has indeed made a breakthrough. No wonder the entire faith universe is so fearful of the dragon kings of Dragon Palace. On the city walls of the starry sky city, all the top-notch experts from the various pinnacle races were shocked when they saw Lan Qingyue summoning Kuan. The aura coming from the black hole made them tremble. This power was comparable to a peak sovereign realm expert. Umph. At the side of the Phoenix race, the group of experts snorted coldly. Roar roar. At this time, the roars of the 4 green cherry galactic beasts could be heard from the side. The huge body appeared at the side. The 4 7th order sovereign realm giant beasts flew over and looked at Wang Xian and the others. Their eyes fell on the black hole and their eyes were filled with coldness. Woo woo woo. Woo woo woo. Woo woo woo. At this time Xiaolan, Xiaobai and the rest slowly emerged from the black hole. Each of them looked to be about twice the size of the green cherry galactic beasts. They emitted a grayish energy that was incomparably heavy. Xiaolan came to the position below Wang Xian and the rest and stepped on his body. Both sides began to face each other from afar. From the looks of it, both sides are evenly matched. The ancient god Kuan Breeder and 3 Kuan from the Dragon Palace are enough to deal with the 4 7th order sovereign realm giant beasts from the Phoenix clan. Chapter 3896. The Dragon Palace's strength was on full display, and the Phoenix race's allies had rushed over. 4 7th order sovereign realm experts against 4 7th order sovereign realm giant beasts. From the looks of it, they were evenly matched. Within the giant starry sky city, all the experts and disciples stared at the experts from the Dragon Palace and Phoenix race, and their eyes lit up. Wang Xian stared at the 4 7th order sovereigns and he sized them up. His gaze fell on the 20,000 experts from the Phoenix race, and a smile appeared on his face. These 20,000 phoenixes would become the best resource for the Dragon Palace. Is this the trump card of your Phoenix race? It's not enough. If this is all you have, then all of you will still die. Wang Xian did not say anything, and the leader of the mystical dragons slowly flew up into the sky. The group of mystical dragons followed suit and hovered in the air. Boom! Boom! In the next second, a powerful aura surged out from their bodies. The aura of a 7th-order sovereign soared into the sky. A 7th-order sovereign realm expert was nothing to him. However, there were over 177th-order sovereigns at the same time. That was terrifying. The mystical dragons held the black flower of the other shore in their hands. There was a strange look on their faces. Let me introduce myself. Mystical dragons from the Dragon Palace. Your strength is not enough. The leader of the mystical dragons stared at the group of experts from the Phoenix race and said coldly, When the over 177th Order Sovereign Realm Phantom Dragons revealed their might, the 20,000 Sovereign Realm Phoenixes on the Phoenix clan side were slightly shocked. How can the Dragon Palace have so many 7th Order Sovereigns? How is this possible? There are over 170 of them? The leader of the Phoenix race's 7th Order Sovereign Realm experts narrowed his eyes, and he exclaimed in disbelief. On their side, there were only 40 or so 7th Order Sovereigns who had come. This number of over 40 was not a small number. There were over 177th Order Sovereigns in the entire Phoenix clan. How could the Dragon Palace have so many? In the past, the Dragon Palace only had a few First Order and Second Order Sovereign Realm experts. In less than 100 million years, the Divine Dragon Palace had over 177th Order Sovereigns. This rate of improvement was somewhat unimaginable. 177th Order Sovereign Realm experts were more than enough to kill over 20,000 7th Order Sovereigns. What? The Dragon Palace actually had so many 7th Order Sovereigns? How can they improve so quickly? What kind of opportunity did the Dragon Palace get? How is it possible for so many 7th Order Sovereigns to appear in less than 100 million years? How is this possible? Is this the trump card of the Dragon Palace? Is this the strength of the Dragon Palace? Although Dragon Palace doesn't have many experts this time, they are all top-notch existences. Dragon Palace is much stronger in a situation where their peak combat power is equal. What kind of opportunity did the Dragon Palace obtain? Could it be an opportunity comparable to the treasured lands of our peak races? On the giant starry sky city, all the experts and disciples were shocked when they saw this scene. In the beginning, their attention was attracted by the ancient god Kuan Breeder and the 4 Phoenix race allies. They did not notice the group of subordinates behind the Dragon King. Now these subordinates were so powerful, so terrifying. More than 177th Order Sovereigns. It seems like the Dragon Palace has obtained a huge opportunity and treasure. Very good. The leader of the Phoenix race, a 7th Order Sovereign Realm Phoenix, stared coldly at the Phantom Dragon race. If you don't have any trump cards, you can die now. The leader of the Phantom Dragon race said coldly. You want us to die? Do you think the Dragon Palace can destroy us today? Only you will die. Today we will let you know the consequences of offending the Phoenix race. From today onwards, the Dragon Palace will be completely erased from the starry sky cosmos and the 9 origins cosmos. The Phoenix race's 7th Order Sovereign Realm expert roared with a sinister expression on his face. As soon as the words left his mouth, 2 huge beasts flew out from behind. 2 incomparably loud roars shook everyone. They immediately looked towards the source of the roars. When they saw the 2 incomparably huge space beasts, a look of shock appeared on their faces. This is... Of the 2 space beasts, one had 3 heads and it looked like a terrifying giant python. Its lower body looked incomparably swollen, but it was covered with sharp thorns. The other space beast looked like a gorilla, and it had a huge horn on its head. The height of the horn was almost the same as its body. It was incomparably strange and bizarre. Their auras were not any weaker than the other 4 7th Order Sovereign Realm Space Beasts. Another 2 7th Order Sovereign Realm Space Beasts. Are these Space Beasts allies of the Phoenix race? No, these 2 7th Order Sovereign Realm Space Beasts have no intelligence. They must have been tamed by the Phoenix race. They actually managed to tame 2 7th Order Sovereign Realm Space Beasts. These are 7th Order Sovereign Realm Space Beasts and there are actually 2 more of them. This is unbelievable. 2 of this level of battle prowess. This is enough to crush the Dragon Palace. All the experts and disciples of the 9 Origins Cosmos were shocked when they saw this scene. The Phoenix race still had a trump card. And it was such a terrifying trump card. The Phoenix race must have made use of the 4 space beasts to tame these 2 7th Order Sovereign Realm space beasts. The Dragon King and the others are in trouble. Some experts from other pinnacle races murmured. The surrounding experts nodded their heads in agreement. Wang Xian raised his brows slightly when he saw the two Seventh Order Universe Sovereign Realm space beasts appearing again. Ha ha ha, Dragon Palace, Dragon King, what do you think of our Phoenix race's trump card? The Seventh Order Sovereign from the Phoenix race laughed maniacally as he stared at Wang Xian with a murderous look. But do you think this is the end? He smiled eerily and added another sentence. Today the Dragon Palace will be destroyed and the Dragon King will die. As soon as he finished speaking, a voice suddenly rang out from the city walls of the Starry Sky City. The sudden voice startled everyone and they immediately turned their heads to take a look. Chapter 3897. Today the Dragon Palace will be destroyed, and the Dragon King will die. This sentence rang out from the walls of the giant Starry Sky City. Under everyone's gaze they saw a group of peak experts. Similarly, over 20,000 figures flew towards the city. They had 12 wings and their bodies emitted the energy of light and darkness. The Angel Race. It's the Angel Race. The Angel Race wants to deal with the Dragon Palace as well. It's the Angel Race. It seems like they have joined forces with the Phoenix race. This time they are going to destroy the Dragon Palace and the Dragon King. When the experts and disciples saw the Angel Race flying out, they were surprised, but there were also some who had expected it. The Dragon Palace has been jumping around for so long. It's time to send you on your way. Over 20,000 Sovereign Realm Angels flew out, and the leader of the Radiance Angels said indifferently, "This time, don't even think of escaping." With just you guys? Lan Qingyue looked at the Angel Race and said coldly, "Aha, ancient god Kuan breeder, isn't that enough? If not, we'll give you more." Upon hearing her words, the leading Radiance Angel laughed loudly and waved his arm. Bus, bus. Behind them a great light array rose. Within the great array, two incomparably massive figures slowly materialized. Roar, roar. Two silhouettes appeared and roared at the sky in unison. A savage aura swept out in all directions. Another two Seventh Order Sovereign Realm Giant Space Beasts. Oh my god, another two Seventh Order Sovereign Realm Giant Space Beasts? Another two. Are Seventh Order Sovereign Realm Space Beasts so worthless? Seventh Order Sovereign Realm Giant Space Beasts are considered top-tier experts even in our 9 Origins universe. Now, there are 2 of them in the Angel Race? 8 Seventh Order Sovereign Realm Giant Space Beasts? How is the Dragon Palace going to fight them? How are they going to deal with them? Is this the trump card of the Phoenix Race and Angel Race? If they were to deal with the Faith Universe's army, they would be able to annihilate them all. Terrifying. From the looks of it, the Dragon Palace is no match for them at all. Oh no, the gap is almost double. The Dragon Palace is probably done for. I wonder if they can escape. From the looks of it, their combat power isn't on the same level at all. Does Dragon Palace still have a trump card? I don't think so. The Dragon Palace is already very powerful, but the Phoenix Clan and the Angel Clan are even more powerful. Another 2 Seventh Order Sovereign Realm Space Beasts appeared on the Angel Race's side. This caused all the experts and disciples in the 9 Origins universe to be incomparably shocked. They looked at the strength of both sides and shook their heads slightly. Dragon Palace was already very powerful. But what a pity. The strength of the Phoenix Clan and the Angel Clan has really exceeded my expectations. When Wang Xian saw the 8 Seventh Order Sovereign Realm Space Beasts, a trace of surprise flashed across his face. He had not expected the strength of the Phoenix Clan and the Angel Clan to be this strong. If a fight were to break out, Wang Xian would not be able to do anything to them within a short period of time. Hee Dragon King, let's settle this once and for all. A water phoenix of the Phoenix Clan said with a murderous expression. Roar. Roar. At the side, the leading Radiance Angel of the Angel Clan waved his arm, and 2 space beasts instantly appeared behind Wang Xian. They blocked the path behind them. The distance between both sides was not very far. Therefore, the 2 Seventh Order Sovereign Space Beasts easily blocked the path. As for the 4 Green Cherry Space Beasts, they immediately flew to the left side of the Dragon Palace and blocked the left side of the Dragon Palace. Other than up and down, the other directions were all blocked. This time we'll completely destroy this eyesore. The speed of the Dragon Palace's improvement is really fast. They must have obtained powerful resources and treasures. After we destroy them, let's see if we can find them. Indeed, the speed of the Dragon Palace's improvement is really terrifying. But it's a pity that they have offended our Phoenix Clan. At the same time, at the location of the 9 Origins Universe Passage, a group of experts from the Phoenix Clan and the Angel Clan had gathered here. In front of them, an image appeared. In the image was the scene in front of the starry sky city. From here they could see everything clearly. At this moment, be it the king of radiant angels or the three kings of the Phoenix clan, all of them were smiling. In this war, the combat strength of their experts had formed a crushing situation. Next, it would be the doomsday of the Dragon Palace. At the side, a group of great fairies from the fairy clan frowned slightly. In front of them there was also an image of the battlefield. However, they could not participate in this kind of war. Although the fairy clan had a good relationship with the Dragon Palace, they would not participate in a war of this level, nor would they help the Dragon Palace. Because once they participated in the war, things would become serious. That would not only be a war in the Starry Sky universe, but the flames of war would spread to the Nine Origins universe. It might be a little difficult to end this. Wang Xian looked at them and said plainly. Although the strength of the Phoenix clan and the Angel clan had exceeded his expectations, it was still within the scope of resistance. He looked at the four green cherry space beasts on the left. You'd better not participate in the war between us and the Phoenix clan and the Angel clan. Wang Xian stared at them and warned. The Dragon Palace should not have offended the Phoenix clan. You are asking for it. One of the green cherry space beasts opened its huge mouth and said, Is that so? Wang Xian stared at them, waved his palm, and a token appeared in his hand. I wonder if this is useful to you? After he took it out, he injected a stream of energy into it. The entire token rose into the air, emitting a unique aura. When the four cyan cherry star beasts saw the token, they fixed their eyes on it. It's the Beast King token. The green cherry space beast growled in a low voice. He lowered his head slowly and said, I'm sorry, Dragon King. We did not know that you have the Beast King token, nor did we know that you know our Beast King. We will not attack you or the Dragon Palace. The Phoenix clan has given us a lot of resources and treasures. Therefore, we are very sorry that we cannot help you. It's okay. Just stay away from here. Seeing that they knew the Beast King token, Wang Xian revealed a smile. It seemed that the Beast King's token given by the giant chaotic astral beast was really useful. Chapter 3898. What's going on? What's going on? The Phoenix race, Angel race, and all the experts and disciples on the city watched as the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace took out a token and spoke to the green cherry space beasts. In the end, those blue cherry starry beasts actually left directly? They left just like that? What's going on? What's the Star Beast King token? The Phoenix race's ally, the green cherry space beasts, is leaving? They're not attacking the Dragon Palace? What a joke. Hiss, if the four star beasts leave, the Phoenix race and Angel race's peak battle strength will be equal. All the experts and disciples on the city stared at the scene with their mouths agape. No one had expected such a situation to occur. The four green cherry space beasts, we have an agreement. An expert of the Phoenix race, a seventh order sovereign, looked at the four star beasts and said with a gloomy expression, What do you mean by leaving? We have no choice. The Dragon King has the Star Beast King token of the Chaos King. We have to obey. One of the green cherry space beasts looked at them and said in a low voice. After saying that, he flew towards the void in front of him without any hesitation. The Starry Sky Beast King token was an order that the Starry Sky Beasts couldn't refuse. Otherwise they would die. They could not refuse. Moreover, they were able to return to the Starry Sky Cosmos because those kings had brought them here. They had to obey orders. All the experts and disciples of the Phoenix race had ugly expressions on their faces. The Angel clan's powerhouses were also constantly changing over there. They were prepared to destroy the Dragon Palace this time, and part of the reason was because of the green cherry space beast. Four seventh order sovereign realm giant space beasts, in addition to the beasts they had tamed, were more than enough to annihilate the Dragon Palace. But now, the four green cherry space beasts had left, and the four seventh order sovereigns of the Phoenix race and the Angel race could only contend against the ancient god Kuan Breeder. In the next battle, the Phoenix race and the Angel race would have to fight against the Dragon King. The dignified Phoenix clan and Angel clan joined hands to deal with our Dragon Palace. Now that your ally has left, isn't this just right? Show us your true strength and let us fight. Wang Xian stared at all the experts and disciples of the Phoenix and Angel tribes with a smile on his face. Now it's a true contest of strength. This is a fair battle, but I'm afraid it will take a long time to determine the winner of this battle. Even though there are many seventh order sovereigns in the Dragon Palace, the Phoenix race and Angel race have their own trump cards. Their trump cards are enough to deal with 8th order and 9th order sovereigns. It's hard to say who will win. Yes, the current battle is fair. The Phoenix Clan and the Angel Clan will join hands to fight against the Dragon Palace. There will be no experts from other clans participating. On the Starry Sky City, everyone who saw this scene spoke up, their eyes gleaming. The previous battle was a one-sided battle, but it was no longer the case now. Hehe, even without the Green Sakura Giant Star Beast Clan, we will destroy your Dragon Palace. The experts of the Phoenix Clan and the Angel Clan looked at each other, gritted their teeth and spoke in a sinister tone. Now, on the surface they were still much stronger than the Dragon Palace with the trump cards they had. Moreover, this battle was unavoidable. They had to fight. Their eyes revealed a sinister glint. Fight. They still had the confidence to win. All disciples of the Phoenix race, get ready to fight. All disciples of the Angel race, get ready to fight. The Seventh Order sovereigns of the Phoenix race and Angel race roared as they raised the innate cardinal treasures in their hands. Fight. Annihilate the Dragon Palace. Leave no one alive. Aha, annihilate the Dragon Palace. Leave no one alive. The 40 to 50,000 universe ruler realm powerhouses roared loudly. Their aura shot to the clouds. 4 cosmic giant beasts for you, Qingyue. Wang Xian's eyes swept across the Angel race and Phoenix race. When he heard their roars, a trace of disdain flashed in his eyes. All right. Lan Qingyue nodded her head and looked at the 4 Seventh Order sovereign realm giant beasts. Woo woo woo. Woo woo woo. Woo woo woo. Xiao Lan, Xiao Bai and Xiao Ye roared and flew into the sky, creating a huge distance between them. Kill. The experts of the Phoenix race and Angel race immediately ordered the 4 Seventh Order sovereign realm giant beasts to attack Xiao Lan and the rest. Dragon Palace, you have many 7th Order sovereign realm experts. However, the foundation of the Phoenix race and Angel race is something your Dragon Palace will never be able to match. Today is the day you die. A 7th Order sovereign realm Fire Phoenix's eyes were filled with coldness. He held a Fire Phoenix sculpture in his hand. Phoenix Nirvana. He roared, and the 6 7th Order sovereign realm Fire Phoenixes around him injected majestic life force into the sculpture. The entire Fire Phoenix sculpture gradually became real. Chirp chirp chirp. The sound of a phoenix rang out from the sculpture. Terrifying flames enveloped the starry sky. No one can stop me from killing your Dragon King today. The leading great angel of the Angel race waved his arm, and a feather floated in the air. Slowly the feather was aimed at Wang Xian. Hehe, Dragon Palace disciples, kill. Wang Xian saw the Angel race and Phoenix race bringing out some of their trump cards, and his eyes flashed with coldness. He waved his arm. At the same time, the 5 elements grindstone and the Tai Chi dragon coil in his body attacked the Phoenix race and Angel race. A soul warship and 2 soul spears appeared and attacked the Fire Phoenix sculpture. The battle broke out immediately. Fight, kill. The experts of the Phoenix clan and the Angel clan roared and rushed forward. Chirp chirp chirp. The Fire Phoenix sculpture in the sky let out another cry. He stared at the soul spears and soul warship that were attacking him and let out a low roar. He charged forward. His speed was much faster than the experts of the Angel clan and the Phoenix clan below. Rumble, rumble, rumble. Waves of flames spewed out from the Fire Phoenix's mouth. These terrifying flames were enough to threaten 9th Order sovereigns. Chapter 3899, Whoosh Whoosh Whoosh. The Fire Phoenix that was comparable to a 9th Order sovereign emitted terrifying flames as it flew towards the 2 soul spears and soul battleship. However, a shocking scene unfolded before everyone's eyes. The terrifying flames were completely blocked by the soul battleship, and the other 2 soul spears continued flying towards the Fire Phoenix at a terrifying speed. No one noticed the terrifying might of the soul spears and soul battleship. When the 2 soul spears flew towards the Fire Phoenix, it let out a low roar and a pair of wings wrapped around its body. PFFF PFFF. Even so, the 2 soul spears pierced through the Fire Phoenix's wings. Chirp chirp. A miserable shriek came from its mouth. Buzz. In the next second, the 5 elements revolved around the 5 elements grindstone, forming an ice hammer. The ice hammer smashed towards the Fire Phoenix. The Fire Phoenix had no time to react, and the ice hammer smashed into its body, causing it to tremble violently. Slowly it turned illusory. What? How is this possible? At this time, the experts of the Phoenix race who were flying towards the Fire Phoenix could feel the Fire Phoenix disintegrating, and a look of shock appeared on their faces. That was the trump card of their Phoenix race. It was the trump card that allowed them to fight against 9th Order sovereigns. There were many 7th Order sovereigns in the Dragon Palace, and they were relying on this trump card. No matter how many 7th Order sovereigns you had, our Phoenix race could annihilate all the 7th Order sovereigns in the Dragon Palace with a single trump card. However, this trump card of theirs was destroyed in an instant. The hearts of all the Phoenix race experts trembled violently. Shit. That spear and battle technique as well as the Dragon King's treasure are extremely terrifying. Be careful. The Angel Clan's powerhouses also noticed this scene, and their pupils constricted slightly. The Angel race was very clear about the Phoenix race's trump card. Now that it had been destroyed in an instant, they felt fear in their hearts. Kill the Dragon King first. A 7th Order Sovereign Realm Radiance Angel roared, and with a wave of his hand, a stream of energy entered the Radiant Feather. Around him, the other Rank 7 Radiance Angels also roared and injected a stream of energy into it. The energy surged into the feather, and the entire feather burst out with an intense light. In the next second he aimed at Wang Xian's position and fired. With a flash of light, it appeared before Wang Xian in an instant. When this feather appeared, Wang Xian was already on his guard. This feather wasn't simple. If he wasn't wrong, it should be the feather of the Angel race's Tian Yuan Good Fortune existence. Under their support, a single feather had the strength to kill a 9th Order Sovereign Realm expert. It was a pity that this feather was still far from being able to deal with the current Wang Xian. Illusions of planets appeared around him, and the feathers that were shot at his head were directly blocked by the outside. There were no energy fluctuations, nor were there any powerful collisions. That feather was blocked by Wang Xian. Wang Xian stretched out his hand. His arm was enveloped by earthen yellow energy. A tattoo of a planet appeared on the back of his hand. The feather was held in Wang Xian's hand, and he couldn't move it at all. How is this possible? The Dragon King of the Dragon Palace isn't simple either. Damn it. The Dragon King of the Dragon Palace has the combat strength of a pinnacle sovereign. How can the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace be so strong? That's the feather of our radiant god. How can he withstand it? When the Angel Tribe's experts saw this scene, their faces were filled with shock. Compared to the Phoenix race's Fire Phoenix statue, although the Angel race didn't have many trump cards, their offensive power was extremely terrifying. They could even kill an ordinary 9th Order Sovereign Realm expert. Who would have thought that the Dragon King would be able to withstand it so easily? How could the Dragon King be so strong? The Dragon King has the combat strength of a pinnacle sovereign? Is this the strength of the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace? The strength of the Dragon King isn't as simple as we think. Even if he isn't comparable to a pinnacle sovereign, he's invincible among the 9th Order sovereigns. The Phoenix race and the Angel race have completely underestimated the Dragon King. The ancient god Kuan Breeder isn't the only one that strikes fear into the hearts of the universe. The Dragon King of the Dragon Palace is also a terrifying existence. The 2 long spears and the battleship are spiritual energy. The Nether race can easily sense it. The 2 soul spears and the soul battleship have the combat strength of a 9th Order sovereign. These are the weapons of the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace. The Dragon King is terrifying. The experts and disciples who were spectating the battle on the giant starry sky city were shocked to see this. They didn't expect the Dragon King to be so strong. The battle had just started, and he had already destroyed the trump cards of the Angel race and the Phoenix race. The strength that he had displayed was too insane. It was especially so for the experts from the Nether race. They could already sense the terror of the long spears and battleship. This wasn't even considering the horror of the 5 elements grindstone. The surrounding experts were a little dazed when they heard the words of the experts from the Nether race. Just a few weapons were enough to match several 9th Order sovereigns. The Dragon King was too terrifying. How is this possible? At the same time, the experts from the various peak forces were watching the battle from the 9 Origins universe's passageway. The Angel race's Radiance King and the Phoenix race's 3 kings were shocked when they saw this scene. The strength of the Dragon Palace's Dragon King was so terrifying. This wasn't something that the disciples of their 2 races could contend against. Then they could already predict what would happen next. Based on the strength of the Dragon Palace's Dragon King, he could easily annihilate all the disciples of their 2 races. This was a loss that the 2 races could not afford to bear. The experts from the other peak clans were also a little shocked. This Dragon Palace, this Dragon King, was much stronger than they had imagined. Swish swish. All of a sudden, the 2 powerhouses from the Angel clan and the Phoenix clan exchanged glances. Their figures flashed and they immediately flew towards the transmission array. They entered the teleportation array and disappeared in an instant. In addition, There were also experts from the Angel clan and the Phoenix clan who wanted to enter. In the surroundings, the expressions of the rest of the peak races changed. Phoenix race, Angel race, what are you trying to do? A great elf from the fairy race barked with a cold expression. The other experts from the various peak forces also changed their auras, and they locked onto the two of them. The ones who entered were two peak sovereign realm experts. True peak sovereign realm experts. Chapter 3900. The sudden appearance of two peak-level sovereign realm experts from the Angel race and Phoenix race was something that none of the other peak experts had expected. The giant starry sky city's transmission array was connected to this place. However, the various peak races had a rule that prohibited experts above the 7th order sovereign realm from entering the starry sky cosmos. They were afraid of provoking the powerful existences in the starry sky cosmos. This was especially true for peak sovereigns. If such existences entered the giant starry sky city and the terrifying existences in the starry sky cosmos thought that they were invading the starry sky cosmos, the consequences wouldn't be so simple. The entire giant starry sky city might be destroyed. Even the experts and disciples of the entire Nine Origins cosmos would be in danger. Even if the possibility was minuscule. Now that two peak sovereigns from the Phoenix race and Angel race had entered, the experts from the various peak races locked onto the remaining experts from the Phoenix race and Angel race with their terrifying auras. Angel race, Phoenix race, you've crossed the line. If the giant starry sky beast is in danger, your two races won't be able to bear the consequences. An expert from the Devil clan stared at the experts from the Phoenix clan and the Angel clan with a chilling gaze. Currently, the various peak races in the Nine Origins cosmos had a large number of disciples in the starry sky cosmos. Every race had tens of thousands of sovereigns there. If the Angel race and Phoenix race angered the terrifying existences in the starry sky cosmos, they would suffer heavy losses. The losses would be irreparable. Therefore, the expert from the Devil race didn't conceal his aura at all. He stared coldly at the experts from the Phoenix race and Angel race. The experts from the other peak races did the same. Haha, everyone, don't worry. The giant starry sky city is located in the periphery. Moreover, we only sent two peak experts. The experts of our races know the severity of the matter. If there are any problems, the Angel race and Phoenix race will bear the consequences. The Radiance Angel King squeezed out a smile when he saw the displeased expressions on the experts from the various peak races. We will bear the consequences. We can't let the experts of the Phoenix race be killed. The Fire Phoenix King also spoke. If the giant starry sky city, if the experts and disciples of our races are attacked because of you, then the Phoenix race and Angel race should be prepared to pay the price. A powerhouse from the Fairy clan warned coldly. The rest of the peak races also had the same attitude. The Angel clan and the Phoenix clan couldn't just watch as their clan's experts and disciples were killed. That was why he had sent two peak sovereign realm experts over. The group of peak sovereign realm experts didn't dare to rush forward at the same time. The other peak clans would definitely make the Phoenix clan and the Angel clan pay the price. The experts of the peak clans also understood that the Angel clan and the Phoenix clan couldn't just watch as their disciples were killed. It was understandable. However, the Angel clan and the Phoenix clan would have to pay a heavy price if something really happened to the giant starry sky city and their disciples. Both sides understood each other. Right now, those who had entered had already entered. As for the consequences, the Phoenix race and the Angel race would be responsible for it. Of course, we will bear the consequences. The powerhouses of the Phoenix clan and the Angel clan could only nod in agreement. After all, the two top clans did not dare to become enemies with the other 10 top clans. If the other 10 wanted to kill the two of them, it would be very easy. The experts of the peak clans frowned as they looked at the front again. The Phoenix clan and the Angel clan had sent two peak sovereign realm experts. They didn't know if the two peak sovereign realm experts would participate in the battle. However, the possibility of them joining the battle wasn't high. The Angel clan and the Phoenix clan were also worried about attracting the terrifying existence of the endless starry sky. They couldn't bear the consequences. There was a high possibility that they were going to protect their clan's experts and disciples from being killed. The possibility of the two of them killing the Dragon Palace's Dragon King and eliminating him was not high. All experts and disciples of the Angel clan and the Phoenix clan retreat. Retreat to the giant starry sky city immediately. At the same time, the experts of the Angel clan and the Phoenix clan in front of the giant starry sky city saw the invincible might of the Dragon Palace's Dragon King, and their faces were filled with shock. They roared loudly and gave the order to escape without any hesitation. They weren't on the same level. The Dragon Palace's Dragon King's strength was too terrifying. If they didn't escape, all their experts and disciples would be killed by the Dragon Palace's Dragon King. They couldn't be defeated. The experts and disciples of the two pinnacle races didn't hesitate and fled towards the giant starry sky city. Hee hee. Wang Xian looked at the fleeing experts and disciples of the two pinnacle races. His face turned cold. At this moment, two dragon roars came from the front of the giant starry sky city. One was the Darkness Dragon, and the other was the Radiance Divine Dragon. Two roars rang out, and the two divine dragons coiled together, forming a Tai Chi pattern. This pattern completely sealed off all the escape routes of the Phoenix clan and the Angel clan. Destroy. The leading 7th Order Sovereign Realm experts roared when they saw the Tai Chi Dragon Plate blocking their way. Boom boom boom. Boom 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 boom. Without any hesitation, they launched a barrage of energy towards the Tai Chi Dragon Plate. However, among them, the strongest attack was only at the 8th Order Sovereign Realm, and this was an attack launched with the help of treasures. How could they break the defense of the Tai Chi Dragon Plate? Their attacks landed on the Tai Chi Dragon Plate, but it only caused some ripples. Following which, a wave of backlash energy surged towards them. Arg! In the next second, blood-curdling screams came from the mouths of the Angel Clan and Phoenix Clan's experts. Abnormally serious wounds appeared on their bodies. There were even a few powerhouses who had attacked with all their might, but they were killed by this terrifying and strange backlash. Not good. This strange thing can reflect our attacks. A 7th Order Sovereign Realm Dark Angel roared with a hideous expression. Not only could they not break the terrifying defense, but they would also suffer from a powerful backlash. How could they break it? If they couldn't break the terrifying weapon in front of them, death would be the only thing that awaited them. Chapter 3901. Huh? All the experts of the Angel race and Phoenix race have been blocked by the Dragon King of Dragon Palace. It's over. The experts of the Angel race and the Phoenix race are doomed. What kind of terrifying weapon is that? To think that the Dragon King of Dragon Palace had such a powerful trump card. Doesn't this mean that the experts of the Angel race and the Phoenix race are doomed? This is bad. Our experts of the Phoenix race and the Angel race have been sealed. Above the starry sky city, all the experts and disciples watched the scene in shock. The Dragon King of Dragon Palace was still standing there. However, that terrifying treasure had already blocked the escape route of the Angel clan and the Phoenix clan. It had completely sealed them off. The Dragon King of Dragon Palace still had a powerful trump card. Especially the disciples of the Phoenix race and the Angel race. They felt their vision go black when they saw this scene. In the starry sky city, there were about 300,000 to 400,000 ordinary disciples of the Phoenix race and the Angel race. Now that they saw this situation, they knew that their experts would not be able to escape. Next, they were afraid. The disciples of the Phoenix race and the Angel race had extremely ugly expressions. The Phoenix race and the Angel race's rulers are doomed, the experts of the various peak races said. Their faces were also filled with astonishment. Bus, 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 bus. At this moment, two figures flew out from the teleportation array. Of these two figures, one was holding a radiant scepter while the other was flapping a pair of flaming wings. They were the Peak Sovereign Archangel and Fire Phoenix who were teleported over. This Archangel was called Archangel Evans, the guardian of the Radiance Angel race's Angel King. As for the Peak Sovereign Fire Phoenix, he was the younger brother of the Phoenix race's Phoenix King, Prince Feng Yin. Two figures appeared from the teleportation array, but the surrounding experts and disciples did not notice them. When they flew into the sky, they saw that the experts from their own clans were blocked. They saw their faces filled with fear and murderous intent. Their eyes were immediately fixed on that figure. The Dragon King of Dragon Palace. Archangel Evans's eyes were filled with murderous intent. He raised the scepter in his hand and attacked the Taiji Dragon Coil. At this moment, Wang Xian sensed something and immediately looked in the direction of the starry sky city. When he saw a wave of energy heading towards the Tai Chi Dragon Plate, he quickly waved his arm. Boom. Ka. However, his reaction was a bit slow, and the Tai Chi Dragon Plate was directly hit by this energy. Cracks began to appear on the surface of the wall. With a wave of his arm, Wang Xian kept it. The sudden attack and the sudden collapse of the Tai Chi Dragon Plate shocked everyone. Chirp chirp chirp. At this moment, the majestic cry of a phoenix rang out. All the experts and disciples in the giant starry sky city felt a wave of heat surging over. They felt that the light in the sky had been blocked, and a red shadow had appeared. This is. All the experts and disciples of the Nine Essences universe looked up, and when they sensed this immense pressure, their faces were filled with awe. This is a peak sovereign realm existence. It's a peak sovereign of the Phoenix clan. Why is he here? There's also a peak sovereign from the Angel clan. He was the one who launched the attack just now. Ha ha ha, it's Lord Protector Evans from the Radiance Angel clan. Our Lord Protector is here. Our Prince Fengyin is here too. He's a peak sovereign existence from the Phoenix clan. All the experts and disciples were shocked. However, the disciples of the Phoenix clan and the Angel clan were overjoyed. Lord Prince, kill the Dragon King. Kill the Dragon King. Lord Protector. The disciples of the Phoenix clan and the Angel clan exclaimed excitedly. The true experts from their two peak races had arrived. Experts of this level were almost at the pinnacle of their races. They were also at the pinnacle of the sovereign realm. Since they were here, everything would be much simpler. In that case, the Dragon King of Dragon Palace could forget about annihilating the experts from their two races. Let alone annihilating them, they could even consider annihilating the Dragon King of Dragon Palace. Disciples of the Phoenix clan, come over. Disciples of the Angel clan, come here. Prince Fengyin Tian and Chief Protector Evans hovered above the starry sky city and did not attack again. Instead, they spoke to the experts of the Angel race and the Phoenix race. Hee, I really didn't expect the Phoenix race and Angel race's peak sovereign realm experts to come here. Are you afraid that I'll kill all the disciples of your peak races? Wang Xian kept the Tai Chi dragon plate slowly, looked at Fengyin Tian and Evans and sneered. Grand Guardian Evans and the Phoenix Prince stared at Wang Xian with cold and sinister looks in their eyes. Dragon King of Dragon Palace. It has indeed exceeded our expectations. Chief Protector Evans said coldly, however, you will regret it one day when you offend the angels. Hee, your Angel clan bullied my Dragon Palace first. Do you think you can bully our Dragon Palace so easily? Phoenix clan? Angels? Wang Xian looked at them and said emotionlessly. How dare you? If we were in the Nine Origins universe, Dragon King, do you think I would be here talking to you? I would have taken your life. Prince Fengyin Tian stared at Wang Xian and shouted with killing intent. Dragon King, don't be arrogant. If we were in the Nine Origins universe, your Dragon Palace would have been annihilated. How dare you be so insolent in front of our prince? If it wasn't for our lord, you would have been dead. The group of Seventh Order sovereigns flew towards the starry sky city and saw that they had arrived. They heaved a sigh of relief, turned around and said to Wang Xian coldly, Take my life? Upon hearing their words, Wang Xian laughed. You want to take my life? Phoenix clan, Angel clan, do you think I will let you go today? Do you think you will be safe with two pinnacle sovereigns here? And you two pinnacle sovereigns. Do you think you are a match for me? I, the Dragon King of Dragon Palace, can make the entire Faith universe and the 24 palaces fear me. Do you think this is all I have? Today, all the experts and disciples of your Angel clan and Phoenix clan will die. I have said that I will make your blood flow like a river. I will not leave a single one of you alive. Starfield Fragment, Starfield Lock, Starfield Descend. Chapter 3902, Starfield Fragment, Starfield Spatial Lock, Starfield Descend. Wang Xian stared at the two pinnacle sovereigns from the Angel clan and the Phoenix clan. Great Guardian Els from the Radiance Angel clan and Prince Fengyin Tian from the Phoenix clan. His words reverberated across the sky and into the ears of all the experts and disciples in the starry sky city. When the last sentence was said, it was too late. When the Starfield Fragment, Starfield Spatial Lock, and Starfield Descend, above Wang Xian, a slightly broken starfield appeared. Yes, it was not a broken starfield fragment, but a slightly broken starfield that gradually appeared. Following which, the entire starry sky domain and the entire world seemed to have undergone a huge change. In the surrounding starry sky, all kinds of stars appeared out of thin air. There were tens of thousands of stars, and some of them contained incomparably terrifying energy. This abrupt and strange starry sky world directly enveloped the entire starry sky city within it. Around the starry sky city, there were also stars suspended in the air. There were stars filled with deathly stillness. There were stars filled with terrifying flames. And there were stars filled with frost. Some of the stars seemed to be on the verge of exploding. Some of the stars looked extremely heavy as they rotated continuously. Every star seemed to be on the verge of destroying the entire starry sky city. The sudden change had everyone's expression changing drastically. Even the Fire Phoenix Prince Fengyin Tian from the Phoenix clan and the Great Guardian Els from the Radiance Angel clan. Along with Wang Xian's words, their pupils constricted as they looked at the world that had suddenly changed. Huff huff huff. Hurried sounds came from the starry sky city. The experts from the pinnacle races looked at this world and this space in horror. They could sense the horrifying stars suspended in the air around them. Any one of them could turn them into ashes. In this strange space, they could feel that their lives seemed to be in the hands of others. This energy, over at the sorcerer tribe, the seventh order sovereigns narrowed their eyes. The starry sky city had an array formation set up by the sorcerer tribe. However, they could sense that the array formation they had set up was unusually fragile, as though it would shatter with a single touch. It was as though they were not on the same level. What kind of power is this? Feng Yintian scanned the surroundings with a solemn look in his eyes. His eyes twitched violently, filled with unease. Not far away from him, there was a flaming star with energy that could threaten his life. It wasn't just the blazing star. Many of the surrounding stars gave him the same feeling. There were thousands of these stars. He could block dozens of stars in a row, but he couldn't block thousands of them. I don't know. This power is terrifyingly strong. On the side, the angel race's great protector Els had an ugly expression on his face. He looked around vigilantly. Is this the power of the Dragon Palace's Dragon King that the entire Faith Universe and the 24 palaces fear? Is this the true terror of the Dragon Palace's Dragon King? On the city walls, a seventh order sovereign realm expert from the Tiger God race couldn't help but roar. There was a look of disbelief in his eyes, and his body trembled slightly. I feel so small in this space. So small. I have the same feeling. I feel that the surrounding stars can destroy the entire giant star city in an instant. A divine tiger god beside him growled in agreement. His expression was filled with unease. Indeed. I'm afraid the Dragon King can destroy the giant star city with just a thought. Is this the Dragon King that can make the entire Faith Universe tremble? Not far away, an expert from the sorcerer race sighed. We have seen the strength of the Faith Universe at the end. Their strength is indeed terrifying. They have the 24 palaces and the entire Faith Universe behind them. However, they fled the moment they heard the Dragon King's name. Do they really think that the Dragon King only relies on the ancient god Kuan breeder? Just the strength of a few peak sovereigns? No, this should be the true strength of the Dragon King. On the side of the elves, a great elf exclaimed in surprise. Thinking about it, the Faith Universe was stronger than their 9-origin universe. The entire universe couldn't do anything to the Dragon King. How could the Dragon King be so simple? How could the Angel race and Phoenix race deal with him? The Dragon King of the Dragon Palace is so strong, so domineering. Is this the strength that the entire Faith Universe fears? He's really strong. Is this the Dragon King? All the experts and disciples from the 9-origin universe stared at the scene in front of them in shock. They looked at the imposing figure. All disciples from the Angel race and Phoenix race enter the transmission array. Radiant's Angel Grand Protector Els instructed the disciples with a solemn expression. He held the Radiant Scepter in his hand, and his face was filled with vigilance. Yes, yes. The experts of the Angel clan and the Phoenix clan also had a trace of fear and dread on their faces. They immediately flew towards the transmission array. The transmission array was located in the center of the giant star city. However, they were already in the giant star city, so they weren't too far away. The group of 7th Order sovereigns arrived at the transmission array in the blink of an eye. They looked at the Dragon King's figure deeply, and a trace of fear flashed in their eyes. Then they stepped into the transmission array. However, the transmission array didn't send them to the 9-origin universe's passageway. They were still standing there. Lord Grand Protector, the transmission array isn't working. The transmission array isn't working. The 7th Order Sovereign Archangel couldn't help but exclaim. His terrified voice was also transmitted to the surrounding people's line of sight. All the experts and disciples in the giant star city looked over, and their faces were filled with shock once again. The transmission array isn't working? What kind of seal is this? How can it cause the transmission array to fail? An expert from the sorcerer race couldn't help but exclaim. The transmission array was set up by the sorcerer race, and they had a deep understanding of it. However, the transmission array had actually failed. Damn it. Archangel El's face changed slightly, and he had a bad premonition. I've already destroyed the forces of 5 or 6 palaces of the Faith Universe's 24 palaces. Of course, I've also been trapped in a similar space for over 30 million years. No one can leave this place. Wang Xian looked in the direction of the giant star city and said plainly. This was the power of the Starfield spatial lock. Chapter 3903. Wang Xian could clearly feel the power of the Star Region space lock. Back then he had been trapped in this space for over 30 million years. That was over 30 million years. Other than the power of the Star Region space lock, the second was the power of the Star Region descent. The Star Region descent engulfed and replaced the entire void. This was the strongest power that Wang Xian could unleash from the Star Region fragment. Its strength lay in the fact that it was able to unleash the limits of its abilities. Wang Xian materialized all the energy of the Star Region lock. Of course, there were tens of thousands of stars in this entire void. Each star contained horrifying power. However, the power that he could mobilize was not a lot. At most, there were only a few hundred stars. Some of the stars were in a state of deathly stillness because he had yet to activate them. Even if they were activated, he would need to expend a lot of energy to control them. He could only control a few hundred of them. However, this was enough. The Star Region descent and the Star Region space lock. Trying to leave through the teleportation formation? That was impossible. Even Enlai, who could ignore all barriers, arrays and obstacles, could not bring Wang Xian out of this space. How could they leave? Absolutely impossible. Because this was the power of the heavenly Yuan creation realm. Unless there was a power that surpassed this place, or an existence that surpassed the Star Region fragment. Upon hearing Wang Xian's words, Great Guardian Els and Prince Feng Tian were shocked. The Dragon King has been trapped in such a space for over 30 million years? What treasure is that? How could it be so horrifying? Moreover, the Dragon King has destroyed 5 out of the 24 palaces. Isn't that too horrifying? Over the past 20,000 years, the Dragon King did not immediately seek revenge on the Phoenix and Angel races. Could it be that he went to deal with the armies of the universe of faith? That's possible. Back then the 21 armies wanted to attack us. Did the Dragon King destroy 3 of them? In that case, did the Dragon King destroy another 2 or 3 armies of the universe of faith? This is too awesome. The strength of the Dragon King is too strong. Wang Xian's words shocked everyone once again. No one had expected the Dragon King to do such a thing. Dragon King, are you trying to keep us here? Feng Yintian stared at Wang Xian with an embarrassed look and growled in a low voice. Hee, none of you will be able to escape today. Didn't you say you wanted to kill me? If you don't kill me today, you won't be able to leave this place. Come, let's see if you can fulfill your wish. Wang Xian chuckled. He turned to Prince Feng Yintian and Chief Protector Els and said, You guys don't have to hide in the Starry Sky City. It's just a matter of a thought for me to destroy the Starry Sky City. Come out now. As Wang Xian's voice trailed off, all the experts and disciples in the Starry Sky City looked towards Great Guardian Els of the Angel Tribe and Prince Feng Yintian of the Phoenix Tribe. Especially Prince Feng Yin. Just a moment ago, he said that he wanted to take the Dragon King's life. Now his chance had come. Under the watchful eyes of all the experts and disciples of the Nine Essences universe, Feng Yintian Els, and the others wore extremely ugly expressions. Since Wang Xian had asked them to go out and fight, they couldn't stay here any longer. Because this was a giant Starry Sky City. It was a giant city built by all the peak races. It was impossible for them to fight with the Dragon King here. And they didn't dare to stay here forever. If the disciples of the other peak clans were to be implicated because of them, then the blame would be placed on the 2 peak clans. Therefore they had to leave the giant Starry Sky City at this time. Be it fighting or hiding, they had to leave the giant Starry Sky City. In that case, let us have a taste of your strength, Dragon King. Great Protector Els stared at Wang Xian sternly. With a swift movement, he flapped his 12 wings and flew forward. Chio. Today I'm going to take your life. Prince Feng Yintian also knew that they couldn't get through this. He roared with a stern face. They flew towards Wang Xian at the same time. Seeing them flying over, Wang Xian's eyes gleamed coldly. His body trembled and the terrifying stars around him began to move. The moment they flew out of the giant Starry Sky City, 8 stars attacked them directly. Every star carried a terrifying amount of energy. They contained a full-force attack that could rival a peak sovereign expert, or even their strongest attack. 8 stars was the limit that Wang Xian could mobilize at this moment. Mobilizing 8 stars at one go was already very powerful. This is the power of the stars. Chief Protector El's expression changed slightly. Swoosh. He raised the scepter in his hand and special armor scales appeared on his 12 wings. His body was also protected by the radiance armor. Above his head, a radiant sun was suspended. Below him, there was a long river of radiance flowing below. These strange phenomena were the inborn cardinal treasures and other types of treasures that Chief Protector Els possessed. As the Chief Protector of the Radiance Angels, he had many treasures in his hands. He also had many trump cards in his hands. At his level, he was using the best and most suitable inborn cardinal treasures. The most powerful treasures. There were a total of 6 to 7 strange phenomena around him. Chio chio chio. At Prince Feng Yintian's side, he let out a cry and various strange phenomena of treasures appeared around him. They tried their best to resist the 8 stars that were attacking them. Each of the 8 stars contained a different type of energy. Flames. Thick and heavy. Dead silence. The 8 stars smashed towards their bodies, not allowing them any time to dodge. This was because they were in the star domain's domain. Boom boom boom. In an instant, loud noises rang out as the stars smashed against their defenses. Prince Feng Yintian and Chief Protector Els defended with all their might. Ah ah ah. Block. Angry roars came from them. What a terrifying attack. 8 terrifying stars attacking 2 peak sovereign realm existences. This is the roar of the Fire Phoenix Prince. Are they unable to resist it? On the starry sky city, all the experts and disciples stared at the battle. Dragon King versus Fire Phoenix Prince and Radiance Angel Chief Protector. 1 against 2. But it was obvious that the Dragon King had the upper hand. Even the Fire Phoenix Prince let out an angry roar as he faced the attacks of the 8 stars. At this time they saw the Radiance Angel Chief Protector and Fire Phoenix Prince being attacked, emitting rays of light. This kind of light was obviously a powerful trump card. They used their trump cards to resist the full power of 8 stars that were comparable to peak sovereign realm experts. This was equivalent to a 4-on-1 attack. You're tuning in to the Han Li's Wuxia Adventures YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.